Welcome viewers to our next episode of Expert Speak series brought to you by Aditi Organics, where we've been talking to experts from various aspects related to sustainability, organic farming, among others. The idea is to usher an organic way of life. Today, the guest with me is Mr. Anant Bansode. He's the president of Anant Varsha Foundation. Today, he will be sharing with us insights around the use of pheromone traps and lures in farming. Nice to have you, Mr. Anand. Thank you for your
Thank you,
time.
sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, Mr. Anand, briefly for some of our listeners who may not be aware of what these pheromone traps are, could you briefly explain what these are?
Okay. Actually, integrated pest management is one of the recognized strategies of cultivation of various crops. So, integrated by the word integrated, we mean a combination of more than one methods of managing the pests. So one of these methods is using pheromone traps and lures. Actually, the before pheromone trap, it was just a word trap. We must have seen the light traps installed in the field. What they do is they attract the insect towards it by some or other means. Okay. In light trap, the mean will be the attraction towards the light that the insect have, and gradually the scope of this trapping increase to the chemicals which are secreted by one of the genders of that particular insects, and that attraction thing is used to trap the other gender. Yes, and that is the origin of pheromone trap. Actually, the origin is quite old. The pheromone traps are in use in India since 80s. But earlier the use of pheromone trap was very limited. Limited in the sense it was used for scouting purpose only to start with. And second thing, most of these technologies are with the government research centers and all, and sufficient extension was not done. That was the reason these traps were not popular among the farming community. But after 2000 it got recognition by the farmers.
That's very interesting. So what are some advantages of using this pheromone traps in agriculture?
Okay, the first and foremost advantage of using pheromone traps is it is non-chemical based pest management. So as we say, organic farming or less residue farming or using lesser chemicals in agriculture, the pheromone trap technology caters all these things. First and foremost, the chemical or the things which are being used in pheromone trap, they don't come in contact with your crop or your commodity. So that means there is no contact of any chemical with your crop. It will not be sprayed on the crop, or it will not be mixed with the crop. So first thing is it is definitely chemical free. Second thing is it is insect specific. Insect specific means if you install the trap for fruit fly, only fruit fly will be caught. So there will not be any harm to beneficial insects. When you spray any chemical on any crop, you may kill the beneficial insect population also. But in pheromone traps, you don't kill the beneficial insect population. You just cater or you just target the pest which you are targeting. Third thing is it is 100% fit in organic farming. That is one of the advantages, and it is pollution free. Or next thing is the labor cost for using or installing trap is much lesser than using chemicals for spraying. The cost itself of pheromone trap is very we can say affordable to the farmer. So in other words, we can say the use of pheromone trap will not only help you manage the insects or manage the pest population, it will also help you save on the cultivation cost.
Interesting, very interesting. So typically pest and disease management is like one of the greatest challenges in case of vegetables and fruit crops. So how can
Right.
these phenomena traps facilitate in production of healthy food in ways which are safe both for humans and the environment?
Okay, fruits and vegetables are sources of various vitamins and minerals for our body.
Hmm.
So the now due to this lockdown and corona thing, it is recommended that we should have as much as part of our meal filled with fresh fruits and vegetables. If these
Okay.
fruits and vegetables are cultivated with the use of heavy chemicals in the soil or in the say we can say pest management, so residue of those chemicals will definitely be there, number one.
Hmm.
Number two, the what we call it as nutritional quality of these fruits and vegetables will be hampered due to use
Hmm.
of chemicals. If we use pheromone traps and lures in cultivation of fruits and vegetables, the load of chemicals on the plant or in the fruit or in the we can say products prepared from those fruit, that load will be much lesser.
Okay.
So we can be sure that whatever we are eating is free of chemicals. And I say take an example of fruit fly. Fruit fly is one of the
Hmm.
biggest
Hmm.
challenges in fruits like papaya, in
Yeah.
mangoes, and some of other crops. And papaya and mango, we can say they are vitamin A source for we people. So
Hmm.
if these fruits are not sprayed with the chemicals and the fruit fly is managed with the help of pheromone traps and lures, so definitely we are getting safe and hygienic and healthy food for ourselves. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So can you offer some guidance regarding the correct usage and availability of these pheromone traps?
Okay. Usage method is one of the biggest things which needs to be taken care of by the farmer,
Hmm.
because pheromone technology is very, very effective technology provided it is used effectively. So
Hmm.
there are cases that some of the farmers or some people they say that the traps are they are not showing expected results and all.
Hmm. Hmm.
So there are certain things which farmer needs to be think before using traps. The first thing is time of installation of trap is very, very important,
Hmm.
because these pheromone traps are based on the pheromone.
Hmm.
So it is directly related with the life cycle of that particular insect.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
when we use a pheromone trap for let us take an example of we can say brinjal fruit and shoot borer.
Hmm.
So brinjal fruit and shoot borer is very difficult pest, even for the chemicals to manage.
Hmm.
So that this shoot borer is a caterpillar which bores into the shoot of brinjal plant, and
Hmm.
it goes in deep in the shoot thing, and gradually it moves on to the flowers and the fruits. So
Okay.
managing this with the chemicals is very difficult.
Hmm.
But when that infestation occurs on the fruit, and if you go and install the traps at that time, it may not be helpful.
Okay.
So we need to think in advance. Whenever your transplanting is completed, you need to install the traps for fruit and shoot borer, because shoot will be there at the time of transplanting.
Correct.
So
Hmm.
time of installation is very, very important. Say in the case of fruit and shoot borer, I just said it has to be installed at the time of transplanting.
Hmm.
Fruit fly trap needs to be installed just before the flowering. In case of papaya or in case of mango, that needs to be thought
Hmm.
when that trap has to be is to be installed. Second thing, a number of traps per acre or per unit area. The
Hmm.
recommendation is there. Say for fruit fly trap, we recommend around 10 to 12 traps per acre,
Okay.
so that population or the number of traps per acre, that is important. Third thing, the height of a trap from the ground level or from the height of the plant, that is
Hmm.
also important. For just take example of Spodoptera frugiperda, that is fall armyworm of corn or maize.
Hmm.
When you install the trap height should be just above the height of the plant, 6 inches
Okay.
to 1 feet above the plant, because the flight path of that insect or that male insect will
Hmm.
be just above the top of the plant. So if your trap is in that flight path, then it will be easier for you to get that insect trapped inside the trap. That is
Okay.
one more thing.
Hmm.
Now I'll just show examples of how to install or how to
Yeah.
assemble a trap.
Sure.
We have two examples here. First, we'll go with the fruit fly trap. Now, the fruit fly, there are two types of fruit flies in India. First is fruit fly that occurs on cucurbits, that is all cucurbit crops, watermelon, muskmelon, that is Bactrocera cucurbiti. And the another major fruit fly which we face in India is Bactrocera dorsalis, that is fruit fly attacking on fruit crops, mangoes and papaya.
Okay.
So there are other fruit flies also, but these are two major species which are harmful for the plants. So we'll take example. So that fruit fly trap, trap is just like a glass. Okay, you can see there are two holes on
Correct.
that glass. One more hole is at the bottom, a small hole, and then this glass is supplied with a cap. Okay, this we call a trap.
Okay.
Okay, this is simply a trap.
Correct.
So now to attract the insect to the trap, we need some attractant, which is called as lure. Okay, so this is the packet of lure. Okay, it is written BD, that is Bactrocera dorsalis, that is fruit fly on fruit crops. It is the lure packet. Okay, so it is written that the lure will be useful for 60 days and all.
Okay.
So with this we have a small string. Okay, you can use this plastic string, or you can have a thread or a wire also. So just we'll start installing. First, while installing, we need to take care not to touch the lure piece with the bare hands as far as possible. If you want to touch, your hand should be clean, and it must not have any strong smell on your hands, like perfume or petrol or tobacco or something like that, because the trap works on the smell.
Okay.
So that smell must not be disturbed while handling the trap. So we are just opening the lure packet. So once we open the lure packet, hands should be clean while handling the lure. So this lure will be like this. Okay. This is a simple plywood piece with the lure chemical or lure thing impregnated inside it. Okay. So this will be used as an attractant. So this lure is having holes on both the sides. You need to use this string to pass through one of these holes. Okay. Now this lure piece is hanging with the help of the string. Now take this glass, put this lure in. Okay, the lure piece is inside the glass, and the string is out. Now the lure piece is hanging inside the glass. Now you need to take this cap and fix the cap on the top of the glass. Okay.
Very interesting.
Now your lure is ready to be installed in the field. Okay. Now take this lure with the help of this string. Hang it on the if it is for fruit crops, you can hang it on the branch inside the canopy, or just at the level of the canopy. And for the cucurbits, you can hang it on a stick or on something which can be used as a hanger. Now these 10 to 12 traps per acre you need to install. And once it is installed, the male fruit fly will get attracted towards the trap due to the smell inside the due to the smells of lure. That the fly will enter through this hole, and it will be collected. The dead flies will be collected in this canopy. So once in a while, say within 3 days or 4 days interval, just remove this cap and bury those male flies inside the soil and fix it again, and your the catching will be continued. So after around 45 to 60 days, the power or the chemical inside this lure will get evaporated. So you need to change the lure part, that lure piece, and same trap can be used hereafter.
Very interesting.
So this is the thing, and this is we call it as a glass trap, which lasts for 1 or 2 seasons. There are other traps available which are much sturdier than this, which can be used as a multi-season trap, but you need to change the lure occasionally. So we have seen the use of glass trap. Now we'll go, we'll check the demonstration for one more trap. The second trap is the funnel trap. So funnel trap, it comes like this. I'll open this. Funnel trap looks like a funnel. It will be having a funnel part like this.
Okay.
A plastic bag. Okay.
Yes.
So for installation, we need to assemble this like this, and the lower end of this plastic bag need to be secured with the help of rubber band.
Okay.
Okay. So now this is the trap. Okay. Now this will come with the, we call it as a canopy or a cap. So this will be a funnel part. This will be a cap part.
Okay.
Okay. So just we have we see in this fruit fly trap. The trap here, it was a glass.
Yeah.
It is a funnel.
Funnel.
Here it was a plywood piece that used as lure. Here the lure will be a rubber thing. I'll show you the lure, and this lure is for Spodoptera frugiparda, that is fall armyworm of maize. So we'll open this lure packet. Okay.
Okay.
The lure will be like this. The lure without chemical is called as septa, SEPTA.
Okay.
When you put the lure chemical inside the septa, it becomes a lure. Okay. So you need to fix this lure on the space provided on the cap. So we have fixed this lure thing here. Okay. Now this cap needs to be fixed on the top of the trap.
Okay.
Now this trap is ready to be installed in the field.
Very interesting.
Okay, so it will have this section which can be tied to a stake or to a pole, and these types of traps can be around 7 to 8 traps per acre. We recommend to install for frugiparda. The mechanism is same. The insect will get attracted towards the lure. It will go inside this, and then it will get trapped in the plastic bag. So once in a while, open this plastic bag and bury the insects, and again you can tie it. Same is thing. The lure will last for 45 to 60 days, and you need to change the lure. And this trap can be used for 1 or 2 seasons. So we have seen the demonstration for 2 of the important traps. These are the commonly used trap in our country. So this demonstration is enough for the farmers to understand the use of traps.
Very interesting. So you showed 2 types of lures. One was like the plywood, and the other one with the rubber type. Are there any other forms also which are used, or these are the most commonly?
The rubber septa is most common lure. Actually, the important thing is the chemical. That attractant, which is called as semiochemical. This is just a carrier.
Okay.
So the carrier is this is a type of rubber septa. There are another designs of rubber septa or designs of trap. The mechanism is simple. We have seen in old days rat trap made up of wires, a cage like thing. We used to put some food material inside the trap. The rat used to get attracted towards that food, and it is inside the trap. Similar thing is there. This is the attractant, and
Okay.
these are the traps. So there are a lot of designs made by various manufacturers, but
Okay.
the principle is same. You need to attract that insect and get it trapped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any pheromone traps for sucking insects like aphids, thrips, and mites?
Actually, the research is going on, but we don't see any effective solution for sucking pest, because this pheromone thing is very sensitive.
Okay. Okay.
So to make a chemical which
Hmm.
is generally secreted by a live insect from his body,
Hmm.
to make that chemical or to synthesize that chemical in the lab is a difficult process.
Okay. Okay.
So this is semiochemical synthesis is a, very difficult chemistry, we can say. And
Okay.
to bring out that chemical and to study the phenomenon of attraction between male and female is very difficult thing.
Hmm.
So there is not much progress
Okay.
in case of sucking pest. But yes, in case of housefly menace in poultries and all,
Hmm.
there
Hmm.
is a trap for houseflies.
Okay.
So, but
Okay.
it is not based on the attraction between male and female. It is based on something else. That is the location for oviposition. That is
Okay.
egg.
Uh-huh.
It attracts the female as a place to lay eggs, and
Okay.
that female gets trapped.
Okay.
So in sucking pest, it is not yet in working or it in operation.
Okay. Okay. So
Yes,
now scouting is a significant part of pest management, right? So it can
yes,
assist the farmers to make timely decisions and apply to use correct biocontrol agents.
yes.
So at what economic threshold level generally one has to use these pheromone traps? And is there any
Uh,
health and safety issue while manufacturing such pheromone traps?
Okay, the first thing is the ETL thing. Actually, when this technology was introduced,
Hmm.
the traps were used as a scouting method
Hmm.
to decide on whether to spray insecticide or not
Okay. Okay.
in initial days. So in
Uh,
initial days, it was not the traps were not used for mass trapping.
hmm.
They were just used for monitoring, because at that
Hmm.
time semiochemical was very difficult to get.
Hmm.
So they used to recommend 1 or 2 trap per acre. Then you
Hmm.
need to check whether there are 2 or 3 insects or moths inside the trap. Then you
Hmm.
plan the spraying and all.
Okay.
Now this technology is has taken a different path. Now the
Hmm.
traps itself are used as a mass trapping method. So there is no such ETL for installing trap,
Hmm.
but the traps can be used as a to know the ETL, to take decision of spraying. So
Constraint.
if you get 2 or 3 flies inside the trap, say for Spodoptera frugiperda or fall armyworm, you need to plan for the spraying of insecticides, whether it is a
Okay.
biocontrol agent or a chemical insecticide. Set this trap will help you to scout the insect
Okay.
attack.
Okay. Okay.
And the second part of question was
Are
whether
there
there
any
is.
health and safety issues while
Okay,
manufacturing?
if these are chemicals, definitely they have to be handled carefully.
Hmm.
Semiochemical, although it is not coming in contact with plant, but while manufacturing or while assembling the trap in the
Hmm.
factory or by the farmer, there are certain simple manufacturing practices or protocol that has to be followed. If that
Okay.
protocol, it is generally there in every industry. So
Correct.
if that protocol is followed while handling the trap in the factory, impregnating with the chemical, packing it, if that protocol is followed, then there is no harm to the workers or to the user, to the
Hmm.
farmer also.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, final question would be: what are the future pheromone or new techniques that will be available to farmers?
There are a lot of developments happening across the globe, because the need of organic methods of or organic integrated methods of managing the pest. So there are in certain countries, for fall armyworm, we have seen some videos also.
Okay.
They instead of using 10-12 traps in a acre,
Hmm.
they put a single bigger trap at
Yeah.
the center of the field. It will
Okay.
be like a big cage with the lure thing inside it. So all these insects will be mass trapped in that particular cage.
Okay.
So that it is not yet commercially operational in our country, but that will be the future, because there is one more important thing in the use of trap is it has to be used by we can say, if I have a insect problem in my field, and if I am using the trap and my neighbor is not using, then it will not be helpful. So it has to be an integrated or a group approach. So there are the technologies which are coming. So if we install the bigger size traps in a village or in a particular locality, then mass trapping of all these insects will be easier. So that is coming. Second thing is the lure. Now the lure thing, they last for around 50 days, 60 days. So there are technologies which are in progress or which are coming to our country, where this lure life is more than 120 days. So you don't need to change lure often. So if we install lure at the time of planting, then it will last for the entire season. So the labor cost will be saved, the cost on trap will be saved. So these are the things coming. Second thing, we have seen sticky traps also for attracting sucking pest. So the sticky trap attracts the sucking pest with the help of the color. Yellow color sticky trap or blue color sticky trap. There are developments of using this lure chemical inside that gum on the sticky trap.
Okay.
So that gum will attract as a lure.
Okay.
So it will be that trap will act for two different insects. That is, the color will attract the aphids and jacids and some white flies, and the lure chemical will attract the fruit fly or something else. There is one more development of using multi lure trap. So as we have seen one lure in one trap. So there are some insects. There are some crops where two different types of insects attack the same crop. So you can put two different types of lure in the single canopy or single cap, and you will get catches of both these lure inside your trap. But these are the developments happening. So definitely, if these developments comes to us commercially, it will be we can say revolution in the field of integrated pest management.
Very interesting. So, Mr. Anand, this was very interesting talking to you, and thanks for giving us a demo and explaining in detail what are the various methods, and also it's very exciting to see some of the future technologies which are coming in, which I'm sure will definitely revolutionize agriculture and obviously help more farmers to adopt organic farming. Thank you once again for your time. It was really nice talking to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.